Alright everybody, so here we are. Let's continue from here on and let's see how many things we can actually cover. Mainly the main focus is going to be on GenAI part, but having said that, I can even remove it, but never mind. So, but even before that, the project that I just recently made, this was the server using a fast API and all. And in this particular one, I'm using body. Again, this is not being used over here because mainly I'm creating a class for that. Fast API is used for creating that. Path is gonna be used for validating the path parameters. Query is going to be used for validating query parameters. And let me just continue from here on. Similarly, HTTP exception is gonna be handling the exceptions in the server. So if there's any route and that route is throwing some kind of exception, so you can just simply raise the exception over there. And optionally, status codes are mainly gonna be used for specifying a particular status code. Status code, and that is it. These are the things. And let's simply have a look at the code and simply go on from here. Just a minute. Let me turn the chats off because of course it's not really possible for me to be like turn it on. Then this is the first schema kind of class that I have created, and this is first of all has the properties and all, and after that there is a constructor. I can just call this particular book class. I can initialize this class, and ultimately a format is going to be created. And similarly, I have created this book request class. This will simply be defining the structure of the data that I will be getting as a body. It will be just as simple as that. By the way, there will be ID, title, author, and all these things. ID is gonna be optional. Even the default value is not gonna be null over there, and there are some other things. Again, these things are pretty much simple, so I'm not gonna be talking much about them. There is something called model config. It simply gives some default data so that you should be able to get the idea exactly what kind of data you have to enter and all. So that is it that I have done so far. Then after that, I have this book object, and over here using this book class, I'm actually initializing actually giving the data to this books array, and it contains the kind of initialization of this book class. After that, I have this get method. Again, it simply returns the books, all the books, and the status code is gonna be 200. That's simple. Then second thing is that I am gonna be getting the books on the basis of the ID. The status code is still gonna be 200. And first of all, I'm checking whether in books book.id is equals to book ID that I'm actually sending. So this book ID that I'm actually gonna be sending from here, I'm just simply checking whether there is any book that contains that ID. If that does, so I will be returning the book. Otherwise, I will simply be raising an error, and I will simply say that item does not exist in all, or item does not found. Second thing, I'm getting I'm reading the books based on the ratings and all. Ratings are gonna be query parameters first of all. So this is again the important thing over here, that you can either send the path parameter. So over here I'm sending the path parameter, and you can just simply validate that. I can even send the query parameters, and I can validate the query parameters like this. And here I'm just doing nothing. I'm just first of all getting the book rating. Once I got the book rating, I will simply check whether the rating of any book is equals to that book rating or not. If that's equal, I'm gonna be appending it to the array that I have created, and at the end of the day I will be returning from here. Similarly, I have read books by published date. First the same thing I'm gonna be doing over here. First of all, publish date is gonna be query parameter, so that's what I'm validating over here. After that, I'm simply gonna be checking whether that's equals to the published date or not, the date that I got. And if that does match that, then I will be just simply appending the values, and that's it. This thing also gets done. This is also one of the ways you can just simply use body over here, but this does not really validate anything, and that is why I have commented everything over here. Let's continue from here on. The next thing is gonna be creating the book. You will be getting the body, and the type of this body is gonna be the book request that I actually have created. And once this is done, then even you can check the book request type, and that is gonna be the books and book request. That is gonna be the type of books, but at the end of the day, the class is gonna be book request, and we want the class book because of course we want that kind of data only. So at the end of the day, what we can do, we can actually destructure that. So model.request model dump simply converts it to a dictionary. By default, it is the instance of the book, and that is why the type of it is books.book request. Then first of all, I'm dumping it in the sense it will be D stands for dictionary, so it will be converted to a dictionary. After that, I'm again giving it another class, kind of making it the part of another class, and then I will be getting that particular class, and I'm just simply appending that. As simple as that. This find book ID is mainly used for finding the ID of that particular book. So once you are actually just appending the things over here, first of all, you want to make sure that the book you have, what's gonna be the right ID for that. Okay, lastly, I have this update book. Again, status code is gonna be 240. Over here status code was 241, and this is how you even mention the status code. the book type is gonna book that you will be getting, the type of that is gonna be book request only. And once you got the book, after that what will you be doing? First of all, you are checking whether you have even changed the book or not. If you haven't changed the book, then you will be just simply sending the status code because the book did not found. Otherwise you will just simply go from 0 to the length of the book, and after that you will simply check whether the ID of the book is current equals to the current ID. If that's equals to, then you will be just simply updating that, otherwise nothing else. Lastly, I have this, the same thing you are gonna be doing over here. First of all, you will simply be checking the error, the book ID, and that's gonna be a parameter over here. That's not the parameter here, but that is definitely gonna be the parameter over here, this book ID. And once it is a parameter, I'm validating that, I'm returning the status code. And this 204 is mainly used with put and delete, where you are not returning any content and all. And just after that, I'm just simply setting book changed to true, because something got deleted, of course. And after that, if not book changed, then I will be saying item not found. So this has been the overall thing. And not only that, I have even just saved everything in my notes. So this is the recent code that I have actually written, and it's been written using Python and all, and that's what have been mentioned over here. And these are actually the topics that I have learned in this particular section. Alrighty, so it's been just quite a good way to just learn the things and all. The plus point is that because I already know how about the data, server and all, because I learned all these things in the kind of Express part. So I built lots of servers using Express and also right now even this particular thing does not really seem to be something big. It's like, okay, you know that. So that's the plus point that we have over here. Just after that, I will be learning another thing, and that's gonna be a page, and that's gonna be project, and over here I will be just adding databases and all. So let's see project over here. DB is going to be added, and etc. So I will be just talking about these things, but all these things are gonna be actually learned tomorrow, not today, because I don't really have time for that. Now I am gonna be switching to the GenAI part, and for the GenAI part I will be giving it 1.5 an hour only. So come on, this is gonna be the, just a minute, let me, to feedback app 1.5 an hour. This is the one. The name is actually gonna be Gen AI, just like this, and let's simply start it. This is gonna be the course of Gen AI. I will not be able to speak, that is for sure. That simply means that I will be playing the music in the background. Just it's up to you. Just get your work done. Keep up the good work. As simple as that. One more thing before even getting the Gen AI section started, let's discuss about the app that kind of better auth. What's up? Just a sec, let me have a look at this. So yeah, I wanted to say that let's discuss about the agent that I actually created, and then after that I will start working on the Gen AI part. Even in the notes I must have many things. So Udemy and Hitesh, Gen AI and Agentic AI, and over here this is the agent that I actually created. And many things are actually happening over here, but it is easy to understand. This name means simply name is the sense name of your current file. So if you are calling it in the current file, that's okay, it will run, otherwise it will never run. Having said that, let's check this model out exactly. What all I'm mentioning over here. First of all, I'm generating the client. Once the client is actually generated, after that I have two functions over here. This function will be used for getting the weather information, and what it does is actually makes an API request. So request.get API request. This is how you can make the API request, and once the API request have been made, then you will be getting the data. This is the first thing, and this is how you actually make the API request. There are many methods, request.get and all. Then there is fetch, get, post, many methods, but get is being used over here. And similarly, web search, you will be making a search to the internet. Again, you will be just calling LLM using the help of LLM, and then you will be just simply getting the information from the web search, of course. Once you got that, then these are gonna be your tools, get with and web search. Once that is done, then you are actually creating a system prompt. This is gonna be the system prompt. You can read more about that, but having said that, the main function actually starts from here. And first of all, I'm printing the kind of blueprint or something, or the extra information about the agent. After that, a while loop starts, and inside that while loop, first of all, I get the user input from the user. Once I got the user input, I will be even breaking if that is equals to exit or quit. After that, I'm just adding everything to the history, and this history is something that's going to be used over and over. So history is gonna be what? History will it contain many things. Right now it is simply containing role in gonna be system and system prompt, and role user and content input. As simple as that. Steps are gonna be 0. Like it simply counts the like how many times you have actually made a request, and steps cannot be greater than 20. Too many steps is stopping. I mean, it will simply break the things from here. That simply means that if you are calling this agent over and over, that will just simply be stopped. After that, I'm actually creating a new response over here, and of course client.chat. Again, the client was already created. Using that client, I'm sending a request to the model, and then message is actually gonna be history, and that is where it will contain all the messages. And at the end of the day, history will be appended, like new messages will be appended to the history and all, so you will be getting all the content. Temperature, this is mainly gonna be the format, and mainly in with the Perplexity you can use class format as well, you can use this format as well, depends on you which one suits. But having said that, let's continue. Once everything got done, you will be getting the raw data. Once you got the raw data, then you can just simply strip the data. Once the data is stripped, you are just simply loading the data. Loading in the sense, look, this data is in the JSON format, right? JSON string format. Once you are actually loading the data, you are actually converting to the dictionary format. Once that is converted in the dictionary format, then you are getting the message type. Once you got the message type, after that you are just simply appending the assistant. Assistant should be appended, but at the end of the day, the user should be appended. So I will even be talking about that. Once this got appended, then I'm checking whether the start is that is a start, I will be just printing the things. Whether that is a thought, I will be printing the thought. Whether that is an action, if that is an action, which tool I actually used and all. So I will be printing all those things over here. Once everything actually got done, if that is actually an action, by the way, if that is a start, then I'm appending role user content next. Okay, if that's equals to thought, role user content next. If that's equals to message type action, then role user content observation. Observation in the sense whatever I got from those results. So whenever I called that particular tool, ultimately I called what? I called tools dot this particular tool, I got my result, and that's gonna be the result. Type is gonna be observation, output is gonna be result. So type can actually be an observation. Especially if I look at this, what can actually the type be? So I must have mentioned here at the top. Type can be what? Type can be thought, not like this. Type can be start, type can be thought, type can be action, type can be final. But I've never mentioned that type can actually be. I've never mentioned that type can actually be what? Observation. Just a sec. Let me have a look at this. So JSON dumps type is gonna be observation, output is gonna be the result. So these are the things that I'm actually getting from here. So dumps in the sense simply makes it dumps actually makes it a JSON string. So first of all, I'm getting my result. Once I actually got my result, and from the result, what exactly am I sending here? From the result, I'm actually sending the weather information. So if response equals 200, then in that case response.text.strip. So I'm actually sending the text. Once the text actually got sent, just after that I'm actually dumping it. Dumping in the sense, let's even check this thing out exactly what it does. But observation is gonna be JSON dumps, and type is gonna be observation, output is gonna be this. And what am I doing? The observation that I got, role is gonna be user, content is gonna be this much. And that particular content will actually contain the type, observation, and the output is gonna be result over there. Okay, so it does have the type. Yeah, it does have that. Type can be observation, and that can be output. This is actually something new, but okay, never mind. Message final is gonna be this. I'm simply gonna be breaking it from here. The only problem is this, that first of all, what kind of data I get over here, and the second thing is that why haven't I mentioned out observation? So let's even check that thing out. But even before that, I have to go to my projects, and projects, Udemy. After that, GenAI section. Over here I was mainly working with LLM projects. Let's simply open it with code. So this is actually gonna be just like, come on, that should be code. I have to just verify some of the things. Once they are done, then that's it. I don't really need to worry about anything else. So this was the code that I actually mentioned over there. And the good thing, or the special thing, that is this. Let me just scroll, and just here I'm getting the observation. So first of all I have to check what exactly am I getting in the observation section and what this JSON dumps do. So first of all let's check this thing out, because if I'm not wrong I'm mainly getting the text and kind of this is the dictionary, and when I get the dictionary, so what does this actually do? JSON dumps use. Okay, Python JSON dumps method is convert to serialize a Python object such as dictionary to a list into a JSON formatted string. So dumps simply dumps it to a JSON formatted string. So method is used to convert serialize a Python object such as dictionary or list into a JSON formatted string. So there are two things, that JSON.dumps and JSON.loads. Loads mainly converts string, JSON string to dictionary, LOADS, and let me even check that thing. Loads function Python is to pass JSON formatted string to convert a corresponding Python object such as a dictionary or list. Yeah, that's right. So ultimately we have two things over here. If I can have a comment over here, it would be better. If I have JSON.loads, that simply means JSON string to dictionary or list, just like this. This is the first thing, and the second thing that I am gonna be having over here, that's gonna be JSON.dumps that I'm actually using over here. And what it does, it converts dictionaries or list to the JSON string, just like this. Not only that, it doesn't get over here, there is something called JSON.justDump, and it dumps JSON. What does this do? There is something called JSON.dump, JSON.dump use. Okay, JSON.dump to serialize Python objects such as a dictionary or list to JSON formatted string or write it directly to a file. So it is mainly used for writing something to a file, or better, serialize a Python object such as a dictionary or list into JSON formatted string. Come on. JSON.dump in Python, this is not quite clear yet. So suppose I have name and this all these things, then I'm simply saying that JSON.dump and this data, and this is where you have to write that. So this will mainly be used for writing too, but right now I just wanna convert that. Converting in the sense, JSON.dump function in Python converts serialize a Python object into JSON formatted and directly write to a file. Okay, so this is mainly used for writing to a file. Yeah, most of the time it is mainly used for that. But if it is directly used for writing to a file, so why did I use this somewhere else? Just a sec, let me even check that thing out. So coding the code, let me check it one more time. Control F, and that's gonna be fast API. Over here I mentioned this particular thing. So inside this particular section I must be using JSON.that. I used it somewhere. JSON.dump. Okay, that was model dump. Okay, model dump simply converts to dictionary. Okay, so that is converts to dictionary. So that is actually a model dump. Sorry for that, I was confused a bit. Let's continue. And right now I have to go to which section? I have to go to Gen AI part, and over here agentic AI, that is actually JSON model. That's fine. In that case, what will I be doing? In that case, model dump simply converts to JSON string and then writes that. So JSON string kind of, let me have a look at that. This particular section, dump versus jump, used when Python objects need to be written directly to JSON file, used when Python objects need to be converted into JSON formatted string, need to be written directly into JSON file. So what can I say? That it will also convert a JSON dump dictionaries or lists to the JSON string, but it will not only do that, it will even write that. So it will just simply be writing the data as well. And similarly I have JSON load. It will just first of all it will get the JSON string, then it will read that, and after that it will convert to a dictionary or list. It's as simple as that. Control C. Let's give it to the chat GPT right now, mainly in this particular section. Let's paste it here. Is this right, or make it better? Your intuition is correct, it just needs cleaner version. Okay, so JSON loads take a JSON string, returns Python objects. Okay, JSON dump takes dictionaries and lists and return strings. Okay, so dumps and all, so it simply works with the search and all. So load will simply JSON string to dictionaries, dump dictionaries to JSON string, load JSON, read JSON from a file, and it is mainly loading. That simply means that it will convert to JSON string like dictionaries. So it is just opposite. This loads. Okay, load always converts to dictionaries. So it is just simply loading from there and simply converting it to lists and all. And it is simply first of all dump, in the sense take Python dictionaries, write to a JSON file. So almost all these things are quite okay. I'm able to understand, and what else could be better than that? Okay, let's simply close this, and agentic AI slash that's actually gonna be code. Let's paste it over here. This is the thing, and that's it, nothing else. So this particular thing is also done. What is the next thing that I can actually do? It's around 758 seriously by 9 or something. Okay, then the next thing, close this, and almost I've done everything over here. So what I'm actually doing over here, JSON.dumps, it simply gets the JSON string that I have over here, and not really, it converts it to a JSON string. So dump mainly dumps it to string, so serialize object to a JSON formatted string, that is right. And once I have that, then I'm just simply keeping it here. So content should be that only, and then I'm appending it. That is fine. That is even not needed. When it comes to the content that I actually provide, what kind of content do I provide over there? When it mainly comes to the content, so I am providing the user input over here. User input in the sense this particular thing. So role is gonna be user, content is gonna be always the user input, that simply is a string. And right now the content that I'm actually providing, that is just the observation. So content is gonna be the observation. Observation is already in the form of the string. So how can observation be a string? I'm dumping it, right? Dumping in the sense converting to JSON string. Okay, so kind of I have to convert to a string. So this particular content section should be a string anyhow, and that's what I'm doing over here. That's fine. So this is how it's simply working. And let's do one thing. What time is it? Okay, 7:59, and let me just it's already 23 minutes. Let me do one thing. Let's simply continue from here on. Let's continue learning more about it, and then I'll be getting it done soon too. By the way, I don't really have lots of time. Just 1 hour and 13 minutes are remaining, so I'd better just simply go through it.
I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. See the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands.